Hey folks, everything new under the sun. Well, this is too much to be a coincidence, to be honest. After the false alarms in Hawaii about the North Korean missile launch, apparently the story there was some government worker in some, national emergency office clicked a button to send out a real alarm to public broadcasters and sent out texts that there was a North Korean missile on the way to Hawaii. Apparently, he was supposed to click a test message and not the live one. But on top of that, not only did he click the test message, but he also confirmed it. There's a little pop-up that comes up and says, "Are you sure you want to send this broadcast?" And he clicked OK to that as well. So I guess you can make mistakes twice there. Excuse me. And he was apparently reassigned in post. He wasn't fired, even though this sent the whole state of Hawaii basically scrambling into manholes to take cover, thinking that their death was imminent from a nuclear warhead incoming. What was I going to say? I'm a little sick here. But not only that, but it took 38 minutes for them to go ahead and click the button that sent out another text to say that this was a false alarm. Why would it take so long for them to send out another text that it was a false alarm? If it was a complete mistake, wouldn't you think the guy who did that would right away send out something? Maybe he had to talk to a supervisor or something, but right away wouldn't they send it out that it was a false alarm? Why wait 38 minutes before telling everybody that, oh, it was a false alarm? Because apparently the missile would have only taken 20 minutes to get there. So they got the alarm that a nuclear, a warhead was on its way, a intercontinental ballistic missile. They know it takes 20 minutes to reach there, and the missile had the whole time to reach there. It was almost twice the time it would take to actually reach Hawaii before they ended up giving the notice that it was a false alarm. So now today, and that story was crazy enough. Now today, Japanese public broadcaster NHK issues a false alarm over North Korean missile launch. Is it possible that this could happen once on Saturday and then again on Tuesday? Is it possible that that this mistake could happen twice? This seems a little out of the ordinary, to be honest. This is a little sketchy. It's deja vu all over again. Just 4 days after residents of Hawaii lived through 38 minutes of doomsday hell, and after a public false broadcast alarm announced that a ballistic missile launch was headed for the island, only to reverse and announce later it was a mistake. Moments ago, Japan's national broadcaster NHK app issued a false J alert to phones over North Korean missile launch at 6:55 p.m. Tuesday. So apparently, the message received by phone users read, "NHK News Alert, North Korea likely to have launched a missile. The government J alert, evacuate inside the building or underground." So you see an image of the alert apparently. Breaking here, Japan's national broadcaster NHK just sent a message alert reporting North Korea launched another missile and then corrected itself. Now, apparently they corrected themselves fairly soon after. But again, it's similar to the Hawaii thing. How does this happen twice in the space of a couple of days between different countries? Maybe they're on high alert because they're testing them, and people are just making some big human errors here. I guess it's possible, but it's certainly curious. I think this must lead to some other truth that maybe they're getting close. Maybe these countries and the state of Hawaii is getting prepared because they know something's going to happen real soon in North Korea. But again, to send out a false alarm twice, is that government propaganda or something? Is that fear mongering? Why? How do two countries, a state and a country, how do they send out false alerts within the span of a couple of days each? That seems too coincidental, to be honest, to me. Like I say, I think this points to maybe they are practicing something all of a sudden and getting this stuff ready because they have news of something. Otherwise, why would this come in such close proximity? I would assume these alerts would have been here for years, if not decades, in place to do this sort of thing. But now all of a sudden they're apparently trying to test these, and 2 mistakes have been made in the span of a couple of days. I think it's kind of interesting, and what else is going on here? I wonder. It's too coincidental. It's too much of a coincidence to think that they're not connected in some way. That the country and the state of Hawaii are not getting some sort of information from higher up. The fact that the guy wasn't, fired. The fact that they didn't have more safeguards in place. I wonder if they actually did think something was incoming, and they suppressed that because they didn't want to put fear in the public. And the scapegoat was some technician who clicked the wrong button. But for them to come back 38 minutes later, that tells me it's completely disorganized. But worse than that, I kind of think that 38 minutes was them, and this was I think it was a real alarm, but it took 38 minutes to confirm that the missile wasn't coming. It failed on launch. It was shot out of the air. Who knows what happened? But it's sketchy to me. If they knew it was a false alarm, I would have thought that they would have been able to have a quick meeting, very quick, and set out a false alarm text right away. Because they know the implications of sending this out, making the public fear. 38 minutes. Again, it would have only taken the missile 20 minutes to get to Hawaii. So to come out 38 minutes later, there should be some heads rolling related to that. No, I think there's some, something else going on there. I think maybe there was a missile that their systems warned them of. And I think maybe it took them 38 minutes to actually confirm that it was a false alarm. But they didn't want to scare the public, so they come out and say, "Oh, it was just a false alarm." I kind of think that's what happened. I guess we'll find out soon here, but it is certainly sketchy. Let me know what you guys think. This is very curious to me.